Hello, everyone. My name is Sue Barrosse, and I'm Director of Admissions for Tulane University School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine. And today's interview is with an alumnus, Joel Barsky. Joel, do you want to say hello?
Hey, everyone.
Okay. Well, Joel and I first met, we met when you applied for a grad position in our Office of Admissions, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so you were able to work part-time while you were taking your studies, right?
Yep, I was working part-time to participate in my studies just to make some money, and at the same time I was able to connect to other graduate students and other faculty and staff and network to other people while I was here at the school.
It really enriches our office when we have student workers working alongside of us and helping us complete our tasks. So out of all your choices for grad school programs, how is it that you chose Tulane School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine for your MPH?
Right, that's a good question. So at the end of my undergrad, when I was about to graduate, I was just researching a lot of different opportunities that I could do, whether it's going to grad school or going to the Peace Corps. And I really wanted to do those two, and I really wanted to obtain my Master's of Public Health, but I also really wanted to do the Peace Corps. So I actually was just doing my research and opportunities and came across the Master's in International program. And then I came across the Tulane University School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine and just found it a perfect choice because it was based in a great city that I always wanted to visit. And it had so much connection to the Peace Corps in help preparing for Peace Corps volunteers and connecting to a lot of the school itself has a lot of international experience in which I'm doing a lot of community development work that I just thought it was a perfect choice for me to come here.
Well, speaking about Peace Corps, I don't know if you know this, but for 3 years running, we're the school with the most students in service.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're very proud of our connection with the Peace Corps. And you mentioned the Masters International program. Tell us a little bit about that program.
Yeah, so the Masters International program is a program that is administered by various schools, and each school offers different opportunities for the Masters International program. So here at Tulane University, the School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine, the Masters International program helped actually cover some tuition for grad school, but it also allowed us to connect to other RPCVs, which is Returned Peace Corps volunteers that are in the program, and connect you to other graduate students who are also interested in doing their Peace Corps service after they're finished with the program. So you can actually connect with other people and ultimately actually prepare you for your experience in the Peace Corps, because a lot of the things that I've learned during my graduate program and all the courses that I learned and people I met to help prepare my experience helped me apply to a lot of stuff I learned here to do a lot of great work during my Peace Corps experience.
Okay, well, you might not know this, or you may know that the Peace Corps is pulled away from universities and because they find they have enough in-service volunteers. But we really valued our relationship with the Peace Corps, so we decided to apply to become a Coverdell Fellowship program, and we do have that in place now. So that continues our relationship with the Peace Corps. But well, tell us about where did you serve and how was your experience?
So yeah, I served in the Fiji Islands or in the South Pacific. I was actually based in a village, so the village I served at was called Ninicaloa, which stands for Black Sand in the Raw Province. I was actually assigned as a health promoter in the village, so a lot of the assigned duties that I did was to help with the village to help make healthier living lifestyle choices, whether it's working with the local primary school to try to help them gardening and trying to do physical activities and just trying to make the right choices on what proper healthier foods to eat, to actually getting to involve with the village and helping do a lot of infrastructure improvement projects to help people do a lot more physical activity to exercise more in the village.
Well, it sounds like a pretty good experience. Did you enjoy it?
I love my experience there. I've learned a lot from being in the Peace Corps, learned a lot of skills and lessons that I actually apply today during my work experience and in my personal life.
Wow. And did you feel supported from our Masters International program, since they are located here on campus and you're on an island in Fiji. Did you feel the connection and support?
I felt greatly supported from the Masters International program here. I believe it was almost every month that I would actually reach out, or the Masters International coordinators would reach out to me just to follow up on my experience, and actually would provide some, since the MI coordinators are returned Peace Corps volunteers themselves, if I came across any challenges, they would actually provide some advice and guidance on how to help better my experience in the Peace Corps. And also the best part was getting the care packages from the MI coordinators, including yourself, providing some lovely items to me. Just to remind, if I was homesick, it was just great to have a certain care package with a lot of stuff to remind me of home, and especially New Orleans, to just make me feel better and just bring a smile to my face while I was in the Peace Corps.
Well, I definitely enjoy stuffing a little something in the care packages for you guys when you were overseas. Well, since graduation, tell us, what have you been doing?
And so since graduation, my first job after I graduated was actually working for the health department, the Florida Health Department in Palm Beach County, and where I was a disease intervention specialist for the STD program to help manage some cases of people with HIV and AIDS, syphilis, and other sexual transmitted diseases or infections. So I did that job for some time, and then I actually, after that, I obtained a job with the Social Security Administration, where I worked for a couple of years as a social insurance specialist, in which I was helping a lot of disabled individuals, disabled adults, disabled children, on how to obtain certain services, especially federal government and state services, to help improve their healthy lifestyle. So I did that job for a couple of years until I landed my current job as an assistant program director for the AmeriCorps National Civilian Community Corps, which is also known as NCCC program, under the federal government agency called the Corporation for National and Community Service.
Oh, well, tell us more about your duties and the tasks that you complete as an assistant program director for AmeriCorps.
Of course. So my job as one of the assistant program directors is to train a lot of our Corps members, and these are Corps members between the ages of 18 to 24 from different parts of the country. They're with us for 10 months, so they're a Corps member with us for 10 months, and then actually we send them to different parts of the country to do a lot of community development projects, and these actually vary. So a lot of my job actually requires me just to network and do a lot of outreach to find different organizations that may be interested in obtaining it, partnering with us to obtain these volunteers. So this involves me traveling and doing outreach all the way and going to Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands to connect with different federal government agencies, nonprofit organizations, to do a lot of disaster relief work due to the recent hurricanes that recently happened. And then also maybe going up north to maybe Rhode Island to work with the Boys and Girls Club that wants to do something about an opioid project to help prevent any opioid abuse among their community, or working with the children to help them improve a healthier lifestyle. So I work with a variety of external stakeholders to get involved with partnership with us and our Corps members or volunteers, to get them involved in the community to help enrich the community's lives.
Well, Joelle, that sounds like real public health work, right? And you've progressed too. You've started in one city and then moved on, and so you've progressed in your career as well. So it sounds very exciting. Do you feel that having a degree from Tulane School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine has helped you obtain these positions, or how has it helped you in your career?
Yeah, so I really feel like Tulane University School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine really helped my experience here, from the courses, from the great courses, to the faculty that provides such a great education experience for me, to the great staff that I still connect with here, and to the other students that were alums here that I still keep in touch with, that work with different organizations that they provide a great experience for me to help me throughout my work experience. And I was able to Tulane University itself is a nationally known school, just to have a great education experience, but specifically in the public health field, a lot of people know about Tulane University School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine. A lot of people met alums from this school that I would meet, and then they would immediately discuss how great or person, how great of a work ethic that alums have provided for their organization, and immediately connect that to me, and then they either want to work with me or want to hire me just because I've obtained a degree from this school. So it is, I think, a lot of my experience at Tulane University helped me to attain such a successful career field.
I love hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fantastic. Well, Joel, it's been 5 years since you graduated, and here you are visiting campus. So do you feel a special connection with maybe the city of New Orleans or our school? What's your connection?
Yeah, I definitely feel a great connection here. Ever since I first came here just for a simple tour of the school, I felt a connection to not only the school, the people here, but also the city. So everywhere I've gone to, whether I'm traveling to the Virgin Islands or Puerto Rico, to up north like Boston, Massachusetts, or Providence, Rhode Island, to everywhere in between, there's definitely no city like New Orleans. Just the culture here, the history, the great people here. It's such an amazing experience that I feel such a great connection, especially at this school with the great staff and great faculty here and the great current and former students here. I still feel that connection even when I speak to alums from this school. We always talk about our experience in the city and just talk about how the great faculty and staff and the courses that we've experienced here, that we've always will forever feel that connection. So that's why, since I've lived only 3 hours away, I still try to relive these experiences at least once a month to come visit the great people of New Orleans, including yourself, especially in the staff here, and just actually visit the school and just try to meet up with some current graduate students and just talk about their experience with them and just share some of my experience working here and just meeting great people here.
Oh, Joelle, I feel privileged that you like to keep the connection with our school and with me personally. So thank you for that. Do you have any advice for current students?
Yeah, so the advice that I would provide for current students is just to make sure that you keep a healthy balance. I know you might have a lot of graduate school work, whether it's with exams, essays, or just a lot of studying in between, to just remind yourself that you're living in such a great city as in New Orleans, that there's so much to learn, whether it's just so much things to find out just to enriching stuff to find out, whether it's with the music, again, the culture, the people, just place sightseeing, just different experiences that are very valuable that you'll always remember. So just make sure that you keep that healthy balance between your schoolwork and your personal life, because a lot of people, especially alums that I've talked to, still value their experience of exploring the city. So I mean, at some point you might relocate to somewhere else outside of New Orleans, but you'll always find that there's no city like New Orleans.
Well, I'm sure that our prospective students are going to value all the information that you've given. And I certainly appreciate that you've taken time from your schedule to come back and share this information with us.
My pleasure.
Why don't you say we go get some lunch?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
See ya.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.